y'all. We're back with the discussion on episode 77 of the season finale, Sneak Attack. So, yeah, what are your first initial impressions of the episode?
I like this episode a lot better than the first episode. I felt like, I think I mentioned in the last episode, I felt like everybody was standing around. But you did say how that was kind of meant to build the helplessness of the episode. So I understand that. So this time I appreciate the action that was taken in the episode. And at least some of the talking bits that were done, at least it gave me more context. I really like the scene where Gabby finally admits like there are no devils and that there are just people here and that essentially they've been doing what they've been doing to people because they hadn't even met them, all of this stuff, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And it was interesting how she had all this love in her heart, and she heard how the girl felt, and it was like she's like having like a mirror put up to her now, like you felt this way. And they didn't even kill nobody that you knew. They ain't nobody you directly knew at least. But I'm not a Gabby fan, so I'm waiting for her to die. Hopefully. But I also liked to see. I never thought I'd be happy to see Zeke show up because I really wanted Aaron to get out of that mess, even though he put himself in it. And I also liked that Mikasa left her scarf. It just shows that she's trying to live a life that's of her own thinking, I guess. And even though I think she could still have love for Aaron and her friends, it's still good to live beyond somebody else.
Right.
So I do like that. What are your thoughts?
Cool. I liked it. Let me see. Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that one scene with Yelena looking over Armin.
Okay, what does that scene mean? Because I feel like I need to understand it. Is there a reason I can't know?
I mean, basically,
why did she look at him like that? We gotta rewind that back, please.
Yeah, we'll relook at it. But basically, they ran out and they were talking about, or John, he was the first one to say, like, well, why is Zeke here? Like, where is Levi and Hanji and stuff like that? And, Yelena was there, like, hearing it and stuff like that. And she was like, well, it looks like, Zeke got the better of him and stuff like that, right?
Zeke ain't got the better.
So, I mean, the only reason I could say why she was looking at Armin like that is because, remember Underground when Armin was like crying and stuff like that in front of her, and he was like, yeah, I'm just so happy to believe like you guys are doing all this for a noble cause and stuff like that, right? And like watching it for the first time or reading it, whatever, right? You might think like, is Armin just doing this to try to like get on their side, like because it's kind of out of character, right? And then Armin did the same thing again, like he was like, well, like, basically after everybody was like questioning like where Levi and Hanji is, he basically just stood up and was like, hey, well, we still gotta help Zeke do this and that and stuff like that, right? And then my guess why, like, even though I read it, it's still kind of up in the air why she was looking at him like that. But from my interpretation of it, the reason why she was looking at him like that is because she was like I'm trying to make sure you're like on our side type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why she gave him that look, like. And then he looked back like all scared, and then she's like, "Oh, thanks," like yada yada. Like,
so then she think. Do we think he's lying? I think he's lying, of course. I feel like he's lying.
I mean, I can't answer that question, but I can't answer that question. But
I think Armin is lying about it, just based on what the conversation was had underneath the ground about how he said he don't believe Aaron actually wants to like euthanize, the aliens and stuff. So I just think he's trying to play a part. But again, I think Armin has a good job at deception. Or like with people he don't know or whatnot. I mean, I think he does a good job at that.
Yeah, I would say so. Because seasons, I can't really pick the exact moments, but I just know, the whole Annie reveal.
Yeah.
He was good, with that. Dang, I don't know.
He was good at the port.
Yeah, the port. I'm trying to think who was the first people to figure out Reiner and Bertolt. Like, I can't really remember. I don't know if it was a group thing where people.
I think it was Levi, but I believe it was a group of them.
Yeah, I think it was like a group effort. I don't think it was just one person. But yeah, it's kind of weird for me to like not remember a fact about it. I feel like that part was a group. But yeah, Armin's got he's got a bunch of knowledge and clutch moments under his belt.
Head boy.
So.
Yeah, I need to go back and look at how she looked at. Yeah. But the drawing on that was ridiculously good. So I feel like it's gonna at least come back later in some shape or form.
Yeah, they definitely. The one thing I didn't notice about that drawing is that, and then at the beginning of the episode, or in general with MAPPA, the studio that's animating everything, you notice whenever the characters are in distress, they always put the lines and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, because Wit I think did that, but it wasn't so extreme. In my opinion, I feel like MAPPA does a better job though with character faces and just design. That's just me. But then Wit, their animation, their Titans are just better. That's just me. But I feel like that scene with Yelena looking over Armin, I feel like they put a little too much lines in there with her facial expression. Because it did,
it looked legit.
It made
manic crazy.
Yeah, which, it was supposed to look like that. But yeah, I think they added a little extra sauce on it.
It definitely
was cool.
Emotions in me. I felt I felt scared. I was like, why should I look like that?
I was waiting on the scene too because I was waiting on it. But yeah, they did a good job on that. What do you think is gonna happen in the next episode? I guess. I mean, you saw Zeke got body.
Well, if I'm thinking if they're moving at the pace that they've been moving, then because I feel like the last couple episodes been just straight. This is the second one, but if I'm thinking if they're moving quickly and they're not, BSing around, then maybe we will hopefully get to see Zeke and Eren collide. Or maybe they might make us wait a little bit more. Maybe one of the new Titans might come out of the woodworks. Or maybe we'll get a full Warhammer. That's what I'm thinking. Because that's what I've been waiting for. A full Warhammer, all white Eren. How the lady was. Because he's been using some of her powers, but he ain't going into, full Warhammer mode. Maybe we'll get to see Armin and Mikasa and all the others fight. I'm hoping they can maybe defeat that Jaw Titan or help them defeat Reiner. I want to know what's going on with Levi. So I'm hoping... I don't even mind if they pan off to see what's going on with Levi, is what could happen. Zeke gonna scream. I think he's gonna scream. And a lot of people gonna turn it's gonna be a Titan zone, and it's just gonna be chaos. So those are some of my predictions. What are yours? Well, you can't say you already know.
I can't. The only thing I can do here is ask questions and then re-verify what you've already seen. And, But yeah, I guess to go back off of the whole Eren Warhammer thing. Like they said before, the Warhammer uses a lot of stamina and stuff like that. And basically, when a Titan shifter eats another Titan shifter, they gain their abilities, but I don't believe he's not gonna full on be
the one.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? He just has her abilities and stuff like that. That's not to say that he couldn't, but the thing is if he was doing a majority of the stuff that we saw the Warhammer do over there in Marley or whatever, he would drain his energy too much. And then you got to think he doesn't, at least on screen, they haven't shown him use it as far as training it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So he just out here willy nilly with
exactly. Powers. He knows he's got it, but it's just he's not. Train with it his attack.
But I would think he would at least be able to do the weapons like the lady was.
Yeah,
but
which would weapon
be pretty cool to see him having a hammer or a sword or
a sword. Honestly, would have been dope.
Yeah, because I'm about to say they use them knives and stuff. Maybe you can create something like that. But we'll see.
But I think that's about all I got. Was there anything else?
Nope, I think that's it.
That's it?
Well, if you did like this discussion, definitely subscribe, comment, do the whole 9, and see us next week for Demon Slayer and AOT. All right, have a good one, y'all.
All right, y'all. Later.